Chronicles of the Grim Reaper, The Bridge, by Griz, Calderon. The rain fell in steady sheets, drumming against the wooden planks of the old bridge as Hazel stood there, staring into the river below. Her hands trembled, though whether from the cold or from the weight of her decision, she wasn't sure. The water beneath churned with a wild intensity, its depths unknown and beckoning. She had walked out here in the dead of night, her footsteps echoing against the hollow bridge, unnoticed by the world around her. The stormy sky was a reflection of her own turmoil, dark and restless. She gripped the railing tightly, her knuckles white, her breath coming in shallow bursts. Headlights pierced the darkness in the distance, cutting through the rain. A car. It was getting closer. Panic surged through her chest. If she didn't act now, whoever was driving would stop her. Her resolve, firm but fragile, couldn't face an interruption. Before she could think twice, her feet left the wooden planks. The wind tore at her dress as she fell, the sound of her heartbeat roaring in her ears. Time stilled. She wasn't in the water. She wasn't falling. She was suspended in the space between neither here nor there. Hazel opened her eyes, and instead of the river's cold embrace, she found herself on another bridge. This one stretched across an unending horizon. On one side was peace so profound it made her heart ache. On the other, a gray void of aimless wandering. And there he was, standing on the bridge, his form indistinct yet palpable. He radiated not warmth, but something akin to understanding. "Why?" Hazel's voice cracked, her words trembling in the air like fragile glass. He did not answer with words. The Reaper's presence pressed against her like a wave of feeling, empathy, patience, and something she hadn't expected. Hope. "I thought I was ready," she confessed, sinking to her knees on the wooden planks. "I thought this was my choice to make, but I'm not ready. I understand now." Her voice faltered as regret poured from her in ragged sobs. The Reaper tilted his head, as though studying her. He listened, offering neither judgment nor pity. For the first time, Hazel didn't feel alone. From the bridge, she could hear a distant voice, faint and frantic, calling out to her. She recognized it, a tether to the life she thought she had left behind. It called her back, pulling her from the in-between. As she began to rise, the bridge blurred. Her connection to the other side began to dissolve, fading like morning mist. "I'm not ready," she whispered one last time. The Reaper nodded, a silent acknowledgement that echoed louder than words. He did not move to stop her. He did not guide her forward. This time, the choice was not his to make. And as Hazel felt hands pulling her from the icy water of the river below, the Reaper turned, shaking his head softly. He lingered for a moment longer, watching as the life she had nearly surrendered began to return. Then he vanished into the gloom of the storm, leaving her to the fate she had reclaimed. The end.